Yes, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to the ESL One Battlefield 4 Summer 2015 Finals. Last game of the day coming right at you, and a very important one at that. This match will decide who will be going up against Penta Sports for their shot at our playoff stage in our finals. Here's a bracket for you, pretty plain and simple. This match is going to feature InFamous going up against Leisure. Neither team with an overly stellar record this season. InFamous going down, and we're being crushed, to be honest, by Dexterity. Hearing from some of the players after that game, they were definitely a little bit demoralised, definitely felt as if they were completely outclassed. However, Leisure, on the other hand, definitely put Penta to the test, forced them even to a tiebreaker scenario. So let's see if they can bring that same kind of ferocity and push InFamous just as far, if not further, as Penta. But without further ado, we're going to pass to our casters for this final game of the day. Me and Lush the Medic and Brett FX, let's dive into this one.
Welcome back, everybody, and well, welcome back to the final game for today. And it pays me to say it, as tired as I am, is going to be the final game for today. Of course, InFamous versus Team Leisure. And the winner of this will advance tomorrow, as Mitch was saying, to face off Penta Sports to see if they can make it out of the group. As far as we've been seeing today, Dexterity bashing everybody to bits. That's just Samba right there for you, dancing on the bodies and the graves of every single team all below them. Do you think we're going to see a Fnatic Dexterity at the end?
Yes. I already called it. I mean, I already said it. Fnatic Dexterity going in for the finals. We're going to be seeing, you know, epic matches there, hopefully. No 3-0s. But, yeah, anyways, very exciting matches for tomorrow. But today we do have that one more match that we have to get finished up here, as Leisure is going to have their back against the walls. I really do want to see Leisure. You know, I don't know about taking a map, but I do want to see them being able to get a couple bombs on the board. I really thought that they played fairly decently against Penta. I thought that they did a good job at holding them at bay. But, you know, InFamous, we've seen them playing a little bit more aggressively, but they don't have lockers on the board, which, you know, we're going to be seeing Siege, Zavod, and Paracel Storm. I really don't know what to expect on Zavod. I haven't really seen InFamous at all on it. I was talking to Mitch a little earlier, and if you guys didn't know it, Mitch actually did get to cast a couple of cups earlier on in the season, and he's predicting that Siege is going to be a fairly slow match there for InFamous. They're going to lock it down and pretty much hold it to it like that. So we'll see if that's going to be the case this time, or if they're going to be pushing a little bit harder than what that we've seen in the past. But yeah, Leisure right now, they have, this is everything. I mean, really, if they come out with a win right here, that they don't even have to do anything the rest of the weekend. Just being able to make it to tomorrow is going to be a big step for them.
Yep, and it is a pretty big, daunting task, anyways, to try and take down a team like InFamous. They have, again, the human aimbot Rella. They have Jazer, who's coming in, you know, going for a blowout here at Gamescom. He's ready for it, and I know all the players from InFamous are ready to take down Leisure. Is it Leisure or Leisure?
I'm bouncing between the two. If they don't like
Leisure,
it, they can tell me
sounds pretty British. So I feel like Alex when I say Leisure.
You know, I hear Leisure, and the first thing that popped in my mind was that video game from like the 90s, Leisure Shoot Larry.
Oh yeah.
It's the old click game, you know? It's like a story click game. Yeah, it was very inappropriate for a lot of people.
Yes.
But it was funny.
Just like we are.
It was a bit, no. Yeah, so, you know, teams are just getting ready right now. We're still waiting in, I think, for a couple of players to join in. No, we do have everybody in, so it should be getting started here pretty soon. But on Siege of Shanghai, of course, guys, we've already mentioned this before. The US team has a little bit of an advantage attacking-wise. It's a little bit easier for them to go ahead and get that C-bomb site right from the start. Over on the Chinese side, a little bit more difficult to actually hold off and play defensively. I imagine that Leisure is going to have to at least, if they're going to be playing on the US side, they have to at least get one bomb site going down. If they don't, then we're probably going to be seeing InFamous taking this map fairly easily. And then, I don't know, I think InFamous is, I really think that InFamous is going to be able to take this map no problem. Zavod is up in the air. I really don't know what to expect for Zavod, because I have not seen InFamous at all play that map, as well as Leisure. And
tiebreak is actually Parasol Storm, which is, I want to say, I mean, we saw that's what we were talking about before. When Leisure were playing versus Penta, they were actually able to get, you know, a bomb plant, force it into overtime as well against Penta. But we're kind of explaining, you know, maybe it was because Penta committed so many mistakes that they were actually able to make it into overtime. So I really think we're not going to get into a third map. And even if we do, it's going to be highly in InFamous' side, which is, you know, as we were saying, Zawad up in the air. Siege, definitely a good map for InFamous. It's one of the maps where they like to play a bit behind, you know, a bit passive off the start, but when it's crunch time, they go for it. They like to go for that A plant as well, as it works pretty darn well for them. All you need is just a couple of players watching upper if you're playing on that, on that US side. But starting off here, we're gonna have the boys from Leisure spawning in on the US side. 3 seconds left before we hop in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the start of our final game for today's ESL One Battlefield 4 Grand Finals live from Cologne, Germany at Gamescom 2015. And Team Leisure have to do a lot of work here to beat the French crew from InFamous. They want to go in and even have a shot at staying in the game, playing tomorrow versus Penta.
Yeah, and this is a standard breakout right now. Nobody's going in for the bomb yet. Just pretty much just waiting in for those frags to come out. I really like the spread that we're seeing from Leisure. Again, very standard play. If actually, if Johannes was able to get that frag right there, that would have been massive. But yeah, both teams just still, you know, just waiting out for any kind of mistake to come in. First frag does go in here into the favor right now of Leisure. You're going to see him starting to push up over there onto street side. I don't know how far they're going to be able to make it down there, but Frozen is going to try. We need to be seeing some smokes possibly coming out. Would help out quite a bit there in that situation, but unfortunately,
3 players
not
falling
going
down.
to be the case. And now look at InFamous going ahead.
Oh my God.
Yeah, really good shot there, but InFamous is going to be able to make up for it as we see a big push coming in from the backside. Linux is half in the back on up as he's pretty much soloing it there. We do see a last second spawn coming up. Not enough though to force InFamous completely out. And we are going to be seeing Tony still doing some damage. He's on a double kill right now. And they will be able to get the squad wipe as we do see him pushing on over towards the US side of the map.
Well, they're actually using smokes to try and block off the pushes here. Zam going in, poking out the AEK on a Felix, and now they have the perfect push. The smokes coming down on the stairs allowed them to get on the bomb side. They eliminated one of the players, and now the squad leader for the boys at Leisure, Frozen. Well, he shouldn't be living up to his name, at least in this particular retake on the side. Runs out of ammo in a wrong moment. Crema is going to capitalize on that. Now the rotate coming in for Lennox and the boys from Leisure, at least Felix coming in. Zam is going to be lurking by the empty stores, just waiting for the jump to come in, though Rella is going to be able to get the shot onto Lennox. And, you know, it's Rella, it's not Relay. I know you always like to say that. He actually changed his name to Relast, just because. Pretty fun. But there we go.
Well, right now we do see,
Leisure.
Yeah, really good defense right now from InFamous. We do see him spreading out. They will be able to get that bomb control. Really like the way that they ended up holding over there onto water side. Just really, Leisure could not get in there fast enough. I mean, we saw them giving up on the very southern spawn there for the US side. And now we are going to be seeing them starting to re-push back over here towards the middle of the map, but they need to be careful. We do see Jazir here pushing up from behind. Also, Crema is going to be pushing up from behind as well, staying way back there. Could catch a couple of guys off of main spawn if we do see InFamous getting a little bit of a wipe coming in here. And there's that first kill. We do see Relay able to take him down. And yeah, this is just not looking good at all for Leisure here. 2 players will be left up and alive. They're having to worry about back rages now coming back in, and this is just not a situation that you want to be in. Bomb is down. We do see Frozen still up and alive. Momo does get picked up. Already, though, Crema was doing some damage there to Johans, as he was going to be getting a couple of shots there from main spawn, but InFamous will be able to clean that up, and now they're going to be moving the bomb back over here towards the US side of the map. And here's the thing, if you can get a 2, even if you get a 2-1 and you're on the Chinese side of the map, you're pretty much guaranteed a win of the map in total. Getting 2 bombs down is very difficult to do.
Yeah, and I like the positioning from Rella before. He didn't go for the bomb pick. He didn't pick it up, just so he can watch out, gets the double, and then is able to get the bomb. Rella will get one, but will get traded by Frozen, trying to get some shots by the middle side of that of these sites here. Felix all on his own. He's just completely out of place here. Momo, last player really in a position that can do anything. Takes out Rella, not enough ammo, pulls out that Glock, but he's so low on health. Tries to get some shots in, but they're going to move it out. Charlie is planted, and Crema will clean him up as well as Lennox on the other side. This is just complete domination by the Baguettes in this side. And I'm not too sure if Team Leisure can make it. I mean, Charlie is an extremely difficult bomb to go back into because you have to lurk inside of these buildings, and they're very, very good lurkers. The guys at InFamous. Johannes taken down, and that's Felix as well by Crema. And Momo as well. Rella going huge with a double. Rella actually 12 to 13. The guy's going huge, and there's nothing left for Leisure. This is over on this first half. 2-0, cleanly taken by the French team.
Yeah, that was a very good game by them, and being able to do it on the hard side too. So they got to be feeling pretty confident about that. I would imagine that most likely we're going to be seeing 3-0 for this particular map. I really don't see InFamous giving up the bomb right away. They do get control of the bomb from the start, as well as basically you're going to be right at the doorstep of planning onto Charlie's side. So yeah, very, very good start right there from InFamous. And they've got to be feeling extremely well about that, especially their frags. 13-3 there for Relay, 9-5 for Crema, 4-1, 4-4, 4-4 for the rest of the players. Over on the other side of the map, though, every single one of those players died 7 times. That's awesome. And nobody able to go positive. Really struggling just to get anything going on. We didn't really see them having too much success on retakes. You know, they were really starting to just kind of throw away their bodies over and over again. I will say this, though. Frozen kind of got cheated there. There is a glitch in the game where you try and reload, and it's a phantom reload. So when he did actually go for that nade kill and he switched back over to his ace, that was the reason why he had to go back for
though
reload,
I did hear on Twitter from Dennis Brandval, actually, one of the DICE guys, he tweeted out that, you know, it's fixed. I spent the entire night fixing it. And thank God, I don't think there's been a single tweet in Battlefield 4 history that has gotten so much praise, because that thing has plagued our lives ever since Bad Company 1.
Did it go out in a recent update?
I think it was updated in CTE.
It may have been that he just switched to his grenades a little bit too fast, but I did see him go through a reload animation. I'm pretty sure he went through a reload animation, and then when he threw the grenade, he had to go through it again. So, but anywho's, 40 seconds left before we get started here on the second side. Once again, InFamous will be on the easier side, as we have swapped over to the US, and they're going to be able to get control of that bomb right from the start. Leisure here, they have one heck of a hill to have to climb. They have to go 2-0 in order to take it into overtime just to be able to win this map. Really not seeing that happening. We do have Zavod for our second map. Again, that for me is a throw-up map. I really don't know what's going to go on for that particular game. But this time, you know, Leisure, they're going to have to pull out a miracle. I mean, not only are they going to have to start getting frags, they're going to have to get possibly, you know, a little bit crazy in terms of just how fast and how hard they push, maybe. You know, throw something weird at them, something that they're not going to expect. But they were playing very standard in that last game, and InFamous just took standard and threw it back in their face.
Yeah, you really need to throw a curveball at InFamous if you want to take them down. They're one of the best teams for a reason, and now Crema set up. He's going to take some damage from the MBT Law, flying around from Lennox, gets the second shot, and this is what we're talking about. 2 MBT Laws trying to secure the side, but now Lennox, he's stuck by the car. Now he's going to move out, and then Tony is waiting for him. We'll get the frag. Does he know there's a second? Yes, he sees him on the mini-map, so he's just waiting for him to push on up, and maybe a double team push onto Tony might have been just enough and just what they needed to clean it. Now Crema still sitting by the mannequin store. You know, a bit of damage here and there, but not really any advantage.
We needed to see a push there inside mid, along with the push on street side. They could have been able to easily overtake them there, as InFamous didn't have the players down in time. But we do have a push now coming in onto that C site for InFamous. Nice trades going back and forth, but they haven't cleaned it up just yet. There's still one more player left up and alive, and he's going to be trying to get a couple of spawns off him. He will be able to be successful in that respect. Bomb carrier is down. No plant happening just yet, but the pressure from InFamous is still keeping up. 2 players now coming back in onto a statue, and the trades are just happening over and over and over again. Really, the last one up finally does fall, which does give the bomb over here towards Leisure, giving a little bit of a leeway here to go to the other side of the map, try maybe get a plant going down here in just a few seconds, which honestly, if they're able to get to Bravo and successfully get that planted, that's going to be a massive win in their field, because it's 8 minutes and 15 seconds, which will give them plenty of time to come back for a second bomb site.
You know, it actually would put them into overtime and would boost team morale. So far up, I'm sure they're not feeling too good right now. Johannes putting some rounds down, but that's the head glitch fix in my mind. It's just not working out too well. Just you can't really look and see where you're shooting, but 3 players will be falling down in the middle. Jazer sitting right behind the generator there, but he's all on his own. Gets a single frag for his efforts, and actually will frag the second on Lennox. What a play from Jazer. He's trying to delay the Leisure push, but there's one thing. Leisure aren't really putting smokes down to try and help them out. It would have helped. There you go. Finally, Johannes is going to be able to do it, but it's 3 versus 4 now. InFamous are trying to come in from the side. Zam is spotted though, and a very good incendiary. That was extremely well played from Lennox as he's trying to push up and well-established map control or site control for the Leisure players.
This is huge right here, them getting control of Bravo. They have 2 guys set up right now inside C building, which is going to give them some really good cross-shot opportunities. They have been able to come out on top. I think that was Tony that ended up going down there. But 3 players are going to be coming in from the north side of the map from InFamous. They're going to be a little bit of a back rage. This is going to be a critical moment right now as Leisure is going to try and reset and get back into position to stop. This is going to be a little bit of an awkward position for them to be in. And we are going to be seeing Crema now poking on up there. He gets the assist on the 2, and he's going to go ahead and go for the frags as we do see, are they going to be able to get onto the B site in time? It might be a little bit too late here as Tony's going to try and get it just at the last second. He's about halfway there. Remember, the time does extend if he is going in for the defuse, and he will be able to make it in time. It's about, it's about like, I think 4 seconds if you hit it.
Yeah, if it's the last 2-3 seconds, you can't do it anymore. Yeah. But because the timer, I think, is 7-8 seconds before you hear that weird buzzing noise. Yeah. So, you know, it's kind of close at the end, but nonetheless, they cleaned out everybody and then went for the defuse. Well played. Zam sitting behind. There's just some general map control, but Momo is coming from behind. It's going to be moving up by Long on mid here. Might catch at least Tony off guard, and this might just sandwich the players. There we go, 1 taken down, and they still are not reacting to Momo's push behind. There he goes, Jazer will get 1 frag. That's just the 1v1 skill up close, but the bomb has been dropped, and Crema and Zam are the last players alive. They're respawning back at base as Leisure keeping up the momentum, and I'm liking this a lot more than the first round. They keep pushing, keep going with that aggressive push, and now InFamous are still stuck at base to hold it.
Yeah, this is very odd because what we're basically seeing is this map flipped up on its end. You know, both of these teams are having a tremendous amount of success on the Chinese side of getting the bomb to the other side of the map, whereas previously, you know, we've seen teams really struggling with that. So kind of interesting that it has flipped around, but InFamous right now trying to clear them back out of their base. So far, it's just muddled up lines right now. The bomb carrier does end up going down. We do see Zam giving chase, and it looks like his teammate will be able to take him down. So InFamous looking fairly decent here with that squad wipe, and they are going to be able to move the bomb once again to the other side of the map. Now, it'll be interesting to see. They have a little bit more control, I think, right now. All 5 of their players will be back up. They're pushing in all as a group right now with the bomb onto the C side. They have a little bit of time before Leisure is going to be able to set up onto that bomb site itself. So they may actually be able to get a plant here in the next 30 seconds or so if they can get the bomb down there, which they stop just short of it right now.
Which is not good. When you have the advantage, you have the aggressive advantage, you go for it. Don't stop. Don't do the same mistakes that we've seen teams like Penta doing before in the previous games. And now Tony is trying to set up, but he will fall. Jazer trying to stay alive, but the elevator shaft spots out Lennox, but Lennox will be his doom. Now Johannes trying to push up. He's going to get taken down. Rella is the last player alive. 1 versus 2. And he's going to get squad wiped. And again, it's Leisure keeping up the offensive momentum. And they're going to all have to respawn back at base. And do you think they might not go for B at this point? Just try another site?
No, they have to go for B. Everything else, by the time that they make their way back over towards either Alpha or Charlie, they already have the defense set up for InFamous. So, I mean, they have to go for B. It's not really a choice that they can make there. So we are going to be seeing them once again getting wiped up. Leisure now with Frozen, the last player up and alive. He does finally get picked up. So once again, we are seeing InFamous running the bomb back over here towards the Chinese side of the map. I feel like I'm watching a tennis game or something and just kind of pop going back and forth. But yeah, both teams really struggling to get anything going on in terms of a plant, especially
but I like the move from Crema though. Crema's coming in by Waterside, gets the frag on Johannes, and that is actually going to establish them some mid control. Frozen now delayed, not really sure what's going on, pushes in, gets taken down by Jazer. Now they have the man advantage. Felix will spot out 1. He's going to see the bomb planter there. Not going to get some shots onto him. He's going to lob the incendiary down. It's going to force Zam a bit out of position, but InFamous, they have that middle hold. They're playing it very well, and now Fail is going to fall to the ground. This is going to be perfect timing, but Zam playing an extremely smart game, going for the A bomb site. We don't need to go for C where you can cover it. We'll just go to the other side. Now Rella still hiding down in the containers. Zam is going to go all the way up to the escalators, which is an extremely good position to sit in, but he will fall just shy of the door. And Johannes, does he know that there's somebody lurking in the crates next to him? He's just firing away, getting the spawns back onto him. There you go. Rella will be forced out of position, but Tony waiting around. I don't know.
We do see a possible defuse going in here right now. Lennox, or I'm sorry, Momo is setting up on it right now, but he's getting shot from behind. Will not be able to make it in time. And his teammate is going to be jumping on it right now, but I think Zam should be able to clean it up, and he does. Yeah, so really good job there from Zam, as they are going to be able to take this 3-0 in this particular map. A lot longer than what I really expected it to happen. I mean, you're talking about an 8-minute game right there, as opposed to the previous one, which I think was like 7.5 minutes. Yep. So, you know, I don't know what the deal was there for InFamous. I mean, they kept losing over and over and over in the middle of the map next to Charlie, and it was just very odd, very uncommon to see that type of play going down on that particular side of the map. But Leisure, unfortunately, just could not convert. They had that one plant there on B that really looked promising, but I don't want to pin it all on Frozen, but honestly, if Frozen had gotten that kill instead of having to reload, they probably would have been able to get that plant successfully there. So we are going to be moving on to our next map, which will be on Zavod. We did see this one previously already today. As we said before, the middle of the map is going to be complete and utter chaos. If you drop the bomb, it is almost a guaranteed plant on your own bomb site, so you never really want to drop the bomb or have a squad wipe in a defuse going down. So very important that these teams have extremely good map control as well as awareness there into the middle of the map. That's why you see a lot of teams kind of skipping out into the middle bomb sites and going in for that C and A site first, because it is a little bit more of a safer position to fight from. Even if you do lose it, you do have time to come back in and hopefully stave off any kind of a plant going down. But yeah, this map right here, completely up in the air to me. I have absolutely no idea how either of these teams are going to be playing. I have not seen InFamous, I know, play this particular map. I don't know if I've seen Leisure or back then Bob playing this particular one. So what do you think we're going to be seeing out of these guys?
I'm going to be seeing I'm hoping to see InFamous taking map control. We saw in the previous game with Dexterity and Penta how Dexterity went into the warehouses first, and they just sent 9XT to try and push on the sides by the spawn of you know, the US side or where Penta were, and just staying in that position, harassing the enemy team and controlling middle. Just at the end, you'll have the time to send a couple players, gain control of the bomb, and move in. But is it worth it gunning it for the bomb by forest where it spawns, or waiting for the other team to gain control of it, and you're just going to sit most of your players in the warehouses and then wait for them to push through them? Do you think that's the better strategy in this site?
Yeah, I think honestly right now that their better option would probably be to stay in the buildings, let the bomb come to them. If that was my choice, that's the way I would go for both teams. Honestly, you know, building control is going to be you know, must have. You obviously want to send at least one player out there, and to actually get the bomb if you have the opportunity to. But you don't need more than one person to go for it, right at the very start, at the very least. Yeah, building control is going to be where you're going to see a lot of the fight. That's where it needs to happen. So, yeah, it's going to be, you know, whatever team is going to be playing more smart, you know, intelligently, more smart. Oh, my God.
More smart. I can English.
I swear.
Don't worry. It's the last game. We're both extremely tired. But this might turn into our last map, actually, here in Zavod 311. Might not even go to Paracel if InFamous played well enough. That's because they're up 1-0 on our first map, Seas of Shanghai, and very good control, especially in the first half. 2-0. Very quickly taken. Now, I'm going to see a split. This is Johannes going in, and we're seeing, you know, about a normal, just standard split. 2 players by the bomb on each side, and then 3 players trying to duke it out in the middle, trying to establish some, you know, mid-map control. Johannes is going to fall to Crema. Now Crema's pushing on the side, trying to force Frozen out of position, and indeed he will. Now Frozen resetting, hearing those Ace-23 shots rattling right above his head. Turns around, unable to get the shot though.
Right now, Relay should have pushed up. He's going to be able to get the bomb and push it in right now. This is going to be really good opportunity for him. We still have Tony sitting over here. He can make the push coming into the main warehouse if he wants to. Krema is also going to be there to help him out quite a bit. So even if we do see the bomb carrier going down for InFamous, there is still that opportunity for his teammates to pick it up. And at the moment, we are seeing them swinging back all the way around towards their own spawn. I really like this player here. It's a little bit dangerous, but he has plenty of cover here that it's not really going to be making that much of a difference. We do have Momo set up in a position here to possibly pick up any kind of frags that are going in for that C site. But really at this moment, it looks like InFamous is just going to be just waiting it out for those initial frags from their teammates.
Oh, Momo hesitating though. This is not too good, but it will get picked up by his teammates here. Lennox, he will fall, and Rella is still in control. Gets the 2 revives, extremely important, and the frag. Can he turn it into 2? Yes, he can. Going crazy here, Rella. 2 players left alive, going for the Glock. That's a triple kill, and Rella with 2 revives, a triple kill, and a control of the bomb. That's perfect. Momo left all alive, and he's going to be respawning all the way back in the base. This is just a perfect opening for InFamous, and they're going to go onto the C side and get control.
Yeah, that was a really good squad wipe right there. And that's what we were talking about before. You know, if you get squad wipe in the middle of the map and they have the bomb there, or if they pick up the bomb there, it is a guaranteed plant going down. That's exactly what we see there. Nice little opening shots there from Momo. Lennox is going to be coming out from the outside with the assist. So for the most part, they're able to do a little bit of damage control here and actually staying next to the bomb site itself. But really going to be coming down to can they get in there. Momo is going to be up. He does get taken down trying to push in onto C. But oh my God, the spawn's coming back up right now for InFamous are too strong. Another wipe coming in. And that right there is going to be 1-0 starting it out for this round. And 7 minutes left on the clock. Still plenty of time for some plants to come back in. But Leisure really just had absolutely no answer for that.
Yeah. And I really liked some of the teams, especially Penta. They have pretty good tactic when it comes to playing on Zavod. Or if they get the bomb plant on that C site, they'll actually sit 1 player by the hill, and they're going to lob an MBT law to open it. And then whenever anybody goes to defuse, keep firing MBT laws, and you'll eventually take them down. Or even lurking by the tanks on top. We've seen that many times working out so well. Now Krema are pushing up. It's InFamous are pushing up, excuse me there. Rella's still hiding on the side, sees the grenade, Incendiary coming down right on top of him. He's going for the 1v1 versus Lennox, who's set, and he's gonna get taken down. Is this another squad wipe? Yes.
Yeah, another squad wipe came in. We are going to be seeing InFamous with the bomb once more. Unfortunately, they left the bomb kind of back there a little bit, so it's going to be a slow on the rotation here coming up for Alpha or Bravo, whichever one they do decide. But to be honest, right now, they're winning every single one of their frag battles. You have really going 8-1, 8-3 there for Krema. You see really taking down 1 more. That's going to be Frozen getting picked up, and he might actually be able to pick up 1 more here, and he does just that. So, yeah, really just on another level at the moment. And we do see only 1 player left up alive. It's going to be Johannes. But he's not in any position really to do anything at all. He does get a couple of spawns coming back in, but he's kind of open in a crossfire. He does survive for just a few moments. We have a couple of players up on top of the hill here for InFamous, and they're going to be able to provide some really good support from up top. Unfortunately, the bomb did not go down, but still they're going to be able to do some damage.
Yeah, they really are able to at least gain the information that they require, but Krema gets the headshot on a Frozen. It's going to deny him the push on the bomb, and Lennox now has to go into a fairly open area. Wants to go over 3 players spawning in for InFamous as the aim battle was won by Zaum. Down in the middle in the warehouses, Momos, watching the side by the old C bomb site. The bomb is still on the ground. It's going to respawn back on the hill. Of course, if it is down, you can drop the bomb personally, and you can play that for time, or you can put it back in your base, and that'll automatically respawn it back and reset the bomb where it usually is spawning, which is a bit on the outside here on Zavod by the forest. So now InFamous actually got the bomb out of harm's way, and they're going to be able to send the players, gain control of that, and work their way back into the bomb sites of Leisure.
Yeah, that was very good play. We are going to be seeing the bomb reset, so it does give Leisure a little bit of a chance to try and get something down. I mean, if they can get 1 plant tied up here a little bit, it's going to help out quite a bit. But really surprised, that InFamous has not been able to close it down. This is kind of the same thing like what we were seeing on Siege there in that 3rd round. It's like, how are you not able to shut this out? But at the moment, Leisure looking like they are not done just yet. We do see Johan starting to fall out over here towards that bomb site, or to the bomb spawn anyways. Jazeer is going to be back up as well. He ends up going down, but yeah, really good play so far from InFamous here. They just haven't been able to shut it out. They haven't been able to finish it. And honestly, if they just keep playing like they are right now, they're just going to waste it on the time.
Yeah, headshot coming down to take Jazeer out of action as Crema is resetting or trying to move through mid. 2 players spawning in from Leisure by the tanks. Nades coming in, doing the damage. 1 more player left alive is going to jump around the corner. There we go. French Tactics will win out. And that is Crema to clean it up with the Ace 23 to try and move up. And at this point, do you think going for the A or B, which one would be better? I mean, if you hold that warehouse, can you really just gain control of Bravo with just a couple of smokes down?
If you're InFamous right now, it really doesn't matter what you go for. If you're any other team in any other match, A is definitely the safer choice. It affords you some really good cover. If you get up into the hills, you can use the smoke very effectively. Past the point as well. A little bit of a team damage going down there from Frozen. But Bomb has yet to go down here from InFamous. Still, the planter has not been able to stay alive long enough. But you do see a Jazeer up top here. He should be able to get that support like we were talking about before, that long-range support with that ace, as he's going to try and find out all of those people. 2 players do go down currently here for Leisure, as we do see Tony finally going to be able to get that plant going down onto that alpha site. And this is where you're going to be seeing just it locking down. You have 2 players up top in the hills. They're going to be able to prevent any kind of back rage that's going to be coming in, as well as actually see the bomb site itself. We do see a back rage coming in from the south here from Leisure, so they might be able to catch Tony off guard.
Yeah, they're all looking to the spawn. There's nobody really looking down on the warehouse except for Crema, who's been left behind. There we go. He spots 1 player, and they know there might be anything. There we go. Tony's just going to turn around, spot 1, and they just want to delay it. There's no point in really pushing for a kill. And Lennox poking in, gets the headshot to take out 1. It's going to be Rella down for the count. Lennox has to push right now. The 44 not doing much. Is still in a very open situation, and Jazeer can just poke up and get the frag if he needs to. Has to tech the bomb. Gets some fire down. Not enough. That's 2 players from Leisure going for the defuse, and that's a squad wipe for InFamous. And what do you think went wrong? They didn't even turn around to check the bomb at this point. You think just Leisure outplayed?
No, they were just busy up there into the hills. I mean, to a point, though, it really doesn't matter. I mean, InFamous has, they're probably feeling fairly decent here. They took map number 1. We are going to be seeing them losing out possibly here onto that C site, but they've shown already right now that they can out-frag them, and they have been out-fragging them. I mean, look at that. You have 2 players already up in the double digits, 3 players actually in the double digits for InFamous right now. So they're feeling probably fairly decent in being able to retake this particular bomb site. 3 of them already are pushing up into the north side of the map, as Johannes is the only one there to try and stop this. It's going to be a 1-on-3 situation. He ends up getting picked up. Frozen will be back behind to try and prevent anything going down. You do see a couple of spawns coming back on him, and that's going to be really critical here for him to try and prevent any kind of defuse going down. And they have, as 2 players failing miserably for InFamous, and now Crema is going to be getting onto the defuse. I think he does have enough time here. It's going to be cutting it close, but they will be able to get it in the end.
Yeah, there you go. Gains control of the bomb. This is again a squad right. It's turning into Siege Shanghai all over again, as InFamous don't seem to be good enough or in shape enough to close out the map here. Rella spots a nade coming down onto him. Just a bit of spray. Goes around to try and use the cover a bit. Lennox will fall. Now Johannes pushing up to the hills will fall himself and run to the hills. Run for your life. I don't think Iron Maiden were too good for it when it comes to Battlefield, though. Crema is going to get taken down, but Frozen refragged the ace as well, and there's so little time. No bomb plant, and that's going to be InFamous to take this one 1-0, which leaves a few questions to be raised. They could have closed it up a lot faster.
I'm fairly disappointed in InFamous on that one. I mean, honestly, like when you got players going 20-6, 17-8, I mean, how are you not able to close that out? They had a couple of plants going down. A lot of really good defuses that went down. They had 2 failed pushes over there towards the north side of the map, so where they weren't able to get the bomb down at all, even though they did have a player up inside or up on top of the hill there. So yeah, it just really came down to InFamous just not really able to close it out. They need to kind of pick it up a little bit. I don't know if it has to do with communication or what, but you know what? It honestly looked like a lot like Penta. I mean, how many times did we see Penta in a situation on Paracel Storm where they should have been able to get that second bomb down and they weren't?
Yeah, it's kind of turning into an issue at this point as InFamous try to solve, well, just the malplay, if you will. Their positioning was very good, at least on the second to last bomb plant on A. They were set up by the forest, and they had the ability to cover the bomb plant. But what happened? There's so many players from Leisure actually spawning by the forest that they only needed one that moved up from the spawn, and he was able to get the defuse and pretty much under the noses of InFamous. And that's a tunnel vision that you get sometimes when you're locked into combat. These 1v1s that InFamous are very good at, but sometimes it just takes them a bit too long to be able to get out of it and focus back on the sites. We're talking about Fnatic and Dexterity, how now they're always checking the bomb, before it goes off, just to be sure that, we have control, we can take this, this is in the bag. InFamous, sadly, haven't been doing this too much, at least when it comes to this round. We've seen the same thing as well with Leisure when the bomb on Charlie was planted. They turned around, they had the positioning, it was frozen as well, that was behind, not spotted at all. If you could have turned around, gets those 2 frags, takes control of the site, and that's 1-1 in the hands of Leisure. So a lot of mistakes being done on both sides, but I definitely think that if InFamous keep this aggressive play, at some point they're going to be able to win out the fight.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're going to win, pretty much anyways right now with the way the frags are going. Well, I mean, if you look at it, they're really relying heavily on their frags. They've been able to push Leisure around the map for the most part, and that's really been the deciding factor here in this particular game so far for this map. Like I said, I really feel like InFamous should already be able to put it away. They have the better gun skills. They're just not really positioning themselves correctly. As far as just going back and checking the bomb, there's a couple of situations. That last one, you may say, well, if they would have went back and looked, but to be honest with you, they weren't really in a position to do that. They had 2 players, I think, up north that they had to deal with, and then they had that spawn that came in for the back rage that ended up wiping out quite a few of their players. So they really didn't have the bodies to do anything about that. As much as I would like to say you can just turn around, look at the bomb site, and get the quick frag, if he had done that, he would have been taken down, and they probably would have, failed anyways on holding that bomb down.
Well, look at that cheeky little smile, InFamous. Looking pretty happy. Not so much on the Leisure side. Of course, they have been struggling a bit today, and they need this game if they want to keep in the competition. Of course, the winner of the game, this last game for us today, which is, a bit heartbreaking for myself and Brett, but tomorrow we're going to have even better games showing up. Of course, the winner of this game is going to advance on to fight off Penta tomorrow, and, well, the winner of that game is going to advance on to meet already Fnatic and Dexterity, actually securing top seed for their groups in, well, the 2 groups, Group A, Group B, moving up to the semifinals. It's going to be very interesting to see what goes on, especially now that in the bracket you have Fnatic and Dexterity on each one of the sides. So it can be a repeat of the previous season, to be honest, where we have, not MYM anymore, but we're going to have, maybe InFamous or Penta going up against Fnatic, and Epsilon versus Dexterity again. Remember the last time they played, it was a bit of a, a destruction, if you will, mop-up Dexterity versus Epsilon. They were playing, I think, on Dawnbreaker. It was just throwing bodies, and Epsilon were filling. But this is a brand new mode. Epsilon playing pretty well, I have to say, especially now that Safe has discovered a weapon that he can actually get kills with in the small. So, we might see a change of pace for the Epsilon team. I don't know. You can check. You can see now Zom in front of you, a bit sweaty, a bit hot here in sunny Cologne today. Thankfully, me and Brett are sitting in a very well air-conditioned room, so haha.
We're sitting in a box. It is a box.
Yes.
Well-conditioned box, but it is a box nonetheless. First time for everything. It's pretty cool, actually. But here we are going to be starting out right now. We do see the breakouts for the time being for InFamous. Going to be heavily over there towards the buildings, which you guys know I absolutely love. And we do see 2 players going to be flooding out here towards the south to the bomb for Leisure. And it's going to be interesting to see if InFamous is going to be able to clean this up right from the start, get that bomb down fairly quickly or not. I'm not too sure if Leisure is going to be having any kind of, have the gas in the tank, rather, to take this to a map number 3. They do have an opportunity to do so. It's not going to be a 2-0, so they won't have to face that, but it's still going to be a fairly hefty job ahead of them. Tony was able to get some nice frags right there. Not able to get the revive, though. Teammate's not good enough for his paddles, so he's going to go ahead and back on out, but we do see the bomb now going over here into the favor of Leisure. They just haven't moved it anywhere just yet. But if you take a look at it, I mean, the concave coming out right now for InFamous, looking pretty scary. Yeah,
this is pretty much a Colossus versus Zergling situation. I'm not really a big fan of, you know, Johannes here using laser sight on the AN-94. It's a thing where the weapon, if you forget to turn off the laser sight at range versus where the weapon shines, that we saw with Benny before, you go finally getting the frag on a Crema, it can give away your position, which is something that you can't allow at this point. InFamous have been very good at establishing map control and map domination in general, just with a fragging ability. There you go. Rella is going to take Johannes out. That you can't really, you know, give them any quarters, any information at all. It's Frozen coming in from the side. He will get shot down, and only Momo will be left standing. And I really like how Zam is pushing so aggressively on the right side of the map, just to be sure he's being that thorn in the side of the players at Leisure. He's trying just to get some information or 1 or 2 frags to
well, he's going to be able to delay any kind of defensive push that might actually happen here from Leisure. He's going to be set up in a position here. He did pick up at least 1 of the frags. He does eventually go down, but B-site should actually get planted here in just a few moments. We do see Jazeer in a position here next to tanks, as well as Tony will be able to do some work there. Frozen not able to get the frags coming around the corner, as we do see really starting to spread on out. But again, if you take a look right now at the frags on the screen, it's just overwhelmingly InFamous, and that's really been the name of this this particular map right here. It's just been the fragging power of InFamous winning it out. We do see that plant still successfully down. Frozen's going to try and poke on in. It looks like possibly. We do see Relay finally getting taken out. Zam will be back behind over here next to Crates, but this is... I don't know. I still, even if they get this defuse right here, I don't think they're going to be able to clean up every single one of these players. Tony going to be coming back in. Might be able to stop the diffuser here in just a few seconds. He backs up.
Oh!
Not too sure what the deal was there. He could have actually taken him down.
No, he didn't reset.
The does go down.
Well, they're going to be able to get the bomb plant again, but the issue here that they didn't reset the diffuse timer, where Johannes, you know, had pretty good control. I would say a Horek level control as he went for the diffuse whilst landing fire on Azam successfully. But InFamous, as you're saying, getting the replant, and I'm liking how Crema is pushed up on the side. He's going to be able to spot out any you know, very wide flanks coming up, and that's exactly what Lennox is trying to do. And Azam is still lurking by the warehouse. He takes down 1, and that is a pretty wide flank. So that's a lot of time being lost on Leisure, and every single time, you know, you try to go for the flank, the concave, now 2 players left, you waste a lot of time, but if it doesn't work correctly, then it's just a waste. Lennox is going to fall. That's the squad wipe at the end of the game. And, well, B bomb site is going to go into the hands of InFamous with a 3-minute and 53-second destroy. And now all that stands between InFamous and victory is just 1 single plant.
Yeah, they have to pretty much get, or Leisure has to pretty much get both of these kills, or both of these plants here, in order to come out on top. We do see Zam trying to do some work. We'll be able to pick up at least 1. He's getting chased over here next to the bunker. Finally does fall to Frozen, as that bomb reset will be going over into the favor here of Leisure. Now, Leisure has 2 things running up against them. 1, they have to get 2 bomb sites. 2, they have almost no time. They have about 5.5 minutes left, and with 45 seconds for that bomb to actually go down, around 20 or 15 to 20 seconds for it to reset, you're looking at, you know, almost a minute, or basically a minute right there alone. And then they got to fight their way through InFamous every single time. So they do not have time to dilly-dally around. Yes, I just said that. It just popped in my head. But Momo is now going to be coming up with the bomb himself. We do see 3 players currently for Leisure trying to bull their way over here towards the warehouses, but InFamous is having absolutely none of that. Nice play so far. Frozen scurrying around as he's going to be just basically begging for somebody to walk in front of his bullets here. Not going to be happening so far. And I think, honestly, that is a really good 2-piece right there from Tony, as InFamous will be able to get that bomb here in just a few seconds, cleaning this up. And if they don't get a plant here, they can just play for time. I mean, 4 minutes, 40 seconds. They can pretty much if they just wait for about 2.5 minutes, it's game over.
Yeah, pretty much at this point. And, well, they're just going to try and go for the throat as the push onto A is going to happen in just a sec. Zam cutting in for the side on the large warehouse. That's the perfect position, but he's going to fail at it. Spots out one. There you go. Gets the frag bit by bit, trying to come back into it. And Crema is just going to move on this head. He's going to get the plant, and this is squad wipe.
Squad wipe coming in here in just a few seconds. Frozen coming around the corner. How he didn't get that kill, I don't ever know. But we will be seeing that plant going down. There's the wipe that we were talking about. Leanox having to spawn all the way over here to the north side of the map. We already have 2 players waiting for him from InFamous. Zam should be able to get that first kill before he gets picked up. But yeah, this is looking extremely good here for InFamous, as they're going to try and make this a 2-0 sweep in this particular series.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of those today here. It's been pretty good. We have 1 or 2 2-1s. It's pretty nice. We'll have to see, but now all that stands in between InFamous and victory, or actually, yeah, InFamous and victory, is just these final 5 seconds. And I think this is going to be it. Yeah, there you go. Leisure pretty much have no time, and, well, they're going to be going home as they are eliminated from the tournament. And that means that InFamous will be coming up tomorrow to face off Penta. I'm not too sure if it's going to be the first game of the day. Maybe it's Group A first, and then we're going to have... There you go. So Brett now confirming. Game 1, of course, is going to be the boys from Evolution Gamers versus Epsilon. I believe we're starting at 10:30 tomorrow in the morning. And then we have InFamous fighting off Penta right after that. And then we go into the semifinals, of course, top seed being taken by Fnatic and Dexterity, the top 2 teams in the world right here, the ESL One Global Finals in Cologne, Germany. And I have to say, this has been awesome. This has been fantastic, Brett.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty good matches today, and you can see right there, InFamous pretty happy with themselves. They've made it to Sunday, which is something I don't think they did last season.
Nope.
So they are pretty proud of themselves right there. Leisure can't take anything, or you can't take away anything from those guys. They did make it all the way up to gamescom, so they got to be pretty proud about that. You know, they're going to be walking away with some money anyways. So,
yeah.
But they did put up a fairly decent fight. I mean, honestly, I don't think that anybody thought they were going to have the game that they did against Penta. The only game actually to go to overtime was you know, Leisure versus Penta in that first map. So very surprised there to have that going down. But yeah, overall, InFamous, they definitely earned that map. They're going to be able to represent themselves, their team, and their organization, and their country tomorrow. I was going to say next week. Hopefully not next week. They're going to be here tomorrow.
I don't know. I would stay in Germany for another week. I don't know about you. It's cool here in Cologne.
I don't know about that, because it is definitely going to be very hard on me for work.
I'll say here,
just really bad.
I'm a student in the summer. I pretty much don't care at this point. I'm just having a blast here.
But yeah, so tomorrow we do have a lot of really good games. Guys, for those of you who are watching the stream, make sure you do follow the stream. Follow us on, make sure you follow us on Twitter at ESL Battlefield, as we will let you guys know when we are going to be going live for our event tomorrow, and every single match after that as well. But definitely going to be some good ones. We do have both of the decider matches, as we mentioned before, then our semifinals matches, as well as our finals going down, which will be the only one actually in a best of 5, unfortunately. So really good matches going to be coming in tomorrow. Make sure you head on over to the ESL One's website as well. I believe we do have predictions up, so you guys can actually make your own predictions on who you think is going to be able to win.
Or, even better, you can tweet at us at MiloStomatic with at BrettFX with, of course, at ESL Battlefield, and let us know which team will carry it all the way to the finals. And let's see if it's going to be Fnatic and Dexterity yet again, which I hope it's going to be, because it's going to be awesome. But we'll see which team tomorrow comes out on top. We're going to head back into the stage with Mitch Uber-Leslie, our resident specialist Aussie, where we have the human aimbot, none other than Rella from InFamous, being interviewed. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. We have been enjoying your efforts over the course of the day, so thank you very much. Look forward to seeing more of you tomorrow. I'm here, of course, with Rella. Good to be with you on the stage. I was hoping we'd get to chat before the weekend was over. Look, man, I want to talk about your first game of the day, obviously up against Dexterity. Maybe one you want to forget, but it's probably important like that we're talking about this, because yet again, you know, this team has come over from a different region. It's been quite strong. What do you think their chances are up against the likes of your Fnatic and Epsilon? Are we going to have a repeat of the spring finals, or do you think they can take it out?
Yeah, definitely their chances are high. The thing is, we when there is a team in a country without competition, they can be either extremely good or on the contrary, they can have problems to have the European level. In the case of Dexterity, the fact that they are not competing against Europeans make them even more deadly for Europeans because we are not able to adapt to their strategies. So I'd say they have very high chances to win and also to go in final. I think Fnatic are the masters of counter strats. They are the masters of analyzing how a team play and play exactly the good way to beat it. So I think they are the only team that have a positive chances against Dexterity. Yeah. But I'm not saying Dexterity have no competition in their country. They have very high level in Brazil overall. But the thing is they don't have the possibility to crack and to against European teams. And it's advantaging Dexterity because they have a strong team play. And we need to know the opponents before we can build our team play in response to the opponent. And it's something we can do against Dexterity.
Yeah, and when I spoke to Ninix after some of his games, he said, we don't really counter-strat these teams. We don't really think about it. Whereas on the other side of things, you've got teams like Fnatic and the likes who do. Now, obviously, on to you guys now. Of course, winning that match is going to put you up against Penta tomorrow. I mean, what is it about Penta? I mean, we've seen them with a stronger season. They said that domination wasn't really their forte. They sort of started a bit late. I guess, what do you respect most about them, or what are you sort of looking forward to taking on against them?
Yeah, well, I especially look forward for Penta because we know each other very well. Actually, the first games they were doing in Obliteration, they did it with me. I was just like, we were making mixes. So it will be very nice to meet them, and it will be a very emotional match because I think we know we are the main opponent of Penta. I mean, in terms of level. I don't know how it will go, really. We could beat them, they could beat us, really. I hope we will win, but yeah, I will not be surprised if they beat us very hard, and I would not be surprised if we beat them, really.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to that one. It's going to be a bit of a grudge match. You guys know each other well. But nonetheless, congratulations for now for your victory, of course. Enjoy your rest, get some sleep, and we'll see you, of course, here tomorrow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps things up here at Gamescom Cologne for at least our first day of play. Let's have a look back over our brackets and break things down just so we can see exactly how we got to where we are. All right, so you can see, obviously, Epsilon Esports made their way through until they had to go up against Fnatic. And that dropped them down into that lower bracket. And we'll see their match against Evolution Gamers tomorrow to see who will be advancing towards our final period. Of course, commiserations to Exile 5 for dropping out. Australia, mates. So we're not doing so well on the Ashes either. Now looking at Group B as well, similar bit of a story here for Dexterity, making their way through fairly comfortably. And as we just spoke to the guys from InFamous, they will move forward to take on Penta to see who makes it towards our final period. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great day. It's been a warm day. It's been an exciting day as well. Thank you so much for joining us here at Gamescom Cologne and, of course, on the Twitch stream. As the gentleman said, of course, our casters, you can keep in touch with them and in with the conversation at Milosh the Medic and at BrettFX. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, 10 a.m. tomorrow, or 10:10 to be exact, we'll be back here. So don't go too far. Get some rest. Prepare yourself for another big day of games. Good night, ladies and gentlemen, and good game.